time he shot her, he shot her in her side. The second time he shot her, she bowed down and died. Till you gone, one more round. Till you gone. Tell him, Stevie, come on. They sent for the doctor.
What you got on?
He came dressed in black. He did everything a doctor could do,
Nothing gonna happen.
but he couldn't bring poor Delia back. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. That's it. Do it. Monday, Tony was arrested. Tuesday, he was tried.
On the chill, boy.
The jury then brought him guilty. The judge said 99 years is your time. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. Ah, that's right. Hey!
Solo that thing. Woo! Love it, love it. That's right, that's right.
Man, you know what Tony told the judge? 99 years in prison.
That's enough.
Judge standing no time.
Say what?
I got a brother in Foxen
I got a cousin.
doing 990 or 9. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. Ah, boy. Not Tony to the jailhouse,
On the jail, boy.
drinking out of a silver cup.
Got it, got it.
While poor Delia's in the graveyard,
Hold on.
trying to dug on his best to get out. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. Listen up. Last night I heard a
I
rumbling
got a two.
down under the ground. It must have been the old devil trying to chain poor Delia down. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. Tell him, boy. Come on. Mama, oh mama,
That's right. Call on mama, boy.
how can I sleep
Want some people say?
when all around my bedside I still hear poor Delia
Sorry,
speak?
getting high.
Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. Ah, that's it. Delia gone, one more round. Delia gone. 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 Delia gone. Oh, she gone cheat one more round. Delia gone. Yeah, she gone cheat gone. Delia gone. Bye bye. One more round. Delia gone.
That's right, boy.
One more round. She gone. One more round. Delia gone. Delia gone. One more round. She gone. Delia gone.
This song was great. This song, oh my. Taste the kisses from the balcony. Stolen kisses at the window. I've gotta climb 2 stories to see my lady. Just a touch of her lips and it's all worth the while. Say stolen kisses on the rooftop. kisses from the one I love. Gotta be oh so quiet so our parents won't hear us. Or if they do, we will never see each other again. Oh, we're stealing love, stealing love, stealing love, stealing love. We're stealing love, stealing love, stealing love, stealing love. We're stealing love, stealing love, stealing love, stealing love on the side. But one day I'm gonna build up that courage to come inside. I'm gonna tell your parents that I wanna make you my bride. Yeah. Taste the kisses to my baby. Taste the kisses for only you. See, you've climbed every mountain just to find you, baby. So I don't care what the whole world say, I'm gonna make you mine. Oh, we're stealing love, we're stealing love, we're stealing love, we're stealing love, stealing love, 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 love.
Tonight, a gaming boss says he's prepared to step down as he sets his eyes on politics. This as a woman takes her own life in the Rasta community. And later, teacher shortages still impacting school operations. We've got the details. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Noel. Thanks so much for joining us. Island Lux CEO Sebastian confirming tonight he's prepared to step down as head of the company he co-founded, if ratified, to run for the Fort Charlotte constituency on the PLP's ticket. His comments came following his appearance before the selection committee. Arlington Ritchie Jr. has the latest.
And I'm going to focus on that. So I'm not worried about that.
Would you be willing to step down like this?
Absolutely. That's a done deal. Without politics, I will step down.
Gaming boss, CEO of Island Lux, Sebastian Bastian, revealing that he's willing to step down. This response came following his appearance before the PLP's candidate selection committee at the party's headquarters, if it means furthering his political aspirations.
I have over 20 companies and I'm only the CEO of one. I didn't build my businesses by myself. I have more than competent teams to try continuity in those businesses. I'm here to serve. I have a higher purpose now.
First class with Sabah. First class with Sabah.
Bastian was greeted with swarms of Fort Charlotte residents as he stated his case to PLP executives and hopes to be the face of the party's banner in that constituency ahead of the upcoming general election. Residents and executives of the PLP's Fort Charlotte branch emphasizing that behind them is a man who they say, quote, has a plan.
But based on his knowledge, his participation in the country, it's no more than fitting that we cast our support with him.
Area well, because he's been in this area for a long time.
But why? Bastian made it clear that he's always had a passion for serving.
To serve, and today is full proof of that. I'm a Bahamian. I have something to contribute, and the Bahamas needs more than complainers, it needs doers.
Hundreds of chants erupting from supporters chanting forward with Fort Charlotte and we're going higher with Sabas. The electorate noting for them it was no other option after outgoing MP Alfred Sayers bowed out earlier this year.
And he's really paved the way for me, and so I'm just gonna. He has a lot of projects that he had ongoing. We've sat down, we've met, so I'm gonna continue a lot of them.
Executive team went with Mr. Sebastian and a majority of vote for his candidacy.
Following his interview process, the political hopeful noted he did not receive a timeline just yet on when he can expect a nod, but he will remain on the ground and continue to push his presence. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, Travis Robinson has been ratified by the Opposition Free National Movement for the Free National Movement and Daphne Johnson for the Coalition of Independence. It's a story we'll continue to follow. Meantime, Immigration Minister and outgoing Fort Charlotte Member of Parliament Alfred Sayers throwing his full support behind Ambassador and serial entrepreneur Sebastian, describing him as the best choice to carry the governing PLP's banner into the next general election. The incumbent MP, who's bowing out after serving the area for 3 non-consecutive terms, endorsed Bastian as his preferred successor, noting that the diplomat is no stranger to the community.
He is someone who has demonstrated a commitment to public service in a consistent fashion, and based on that relationship and experience, I am confident that if he were to be selected as the candidate, that he would put the residents of Fort Charlotte as a priority and serve them with fidelity and passion, humility, as well as bringing his background in technology and innovation to the young people and facilitating entrepreneurship.
The Progressive Liberal Party's National Vice Chair, Renika Knowles, also appearing before the party's Candidate Selection Committee on Thursday evening as the political aspirant hopes to carry the party's banner in the constituency of Long Island, an area many consider to be a Free National Movement stronghold. We also understand that attorney Owen Wells also sat before the party's selection committee today. Knowles, speaking with reporters moments before her interview, reflecting on her political past, explaining that her run against former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis in the Killarney constituency back in 2017 has only catapulted her in the political arena, and she hopes to get her seat this time around.
Certainly, there's no speculation with that. I have been working the ground in Long Island. Went to where my hometown is. I am a Knowles. My ancestors are from there. I have immersed myself. I'm not just saying, hey, I want to come down there for 1 or 2 days. I've been there for more than 3.5 years, and I'm a part of the Long Island constituency. They are very ambitious, self-resilient, based on the representation of the party. What our leader and my Prime Minister's vision is for Long Island is to be able to bring them from the 1990s, 1800s, to put them forward to the 26th century. Give them what it is that they're deserving of, the basic things such as infrastructure, you have transportation, you have airline, those basic facilities, and their economies will be able to boom.
Well, a tragic discovery sending shockwaves throughout the Rastafarian community. A mother leaving behind 2 children as she allegedly took her own life. Our Jose Etienne has the details tonight.
A sunlit morning in the Rastafarian camp off Fire Trail Road quickly turning into a somber scene after one of their devoted teachers, a 34-year-old mother, was found dead after she reportedly committed suicide.
Officers responded and discovered an adult female in her early 30s who is a resident of this area, hanging from an outside work shed.
Now, it's quite a journey trying to get to this work shed where this young mother was found dead. But we're told she did lots of pottery work and was really good at it. For example, let's take a look at this swan pottery here. And so that aside, we're told she was a major contributor to the Rastafarian culture.
She's a very intelligent person. She was very active. She used to be involved in teaching the younger ones of the culture and the principles from a woman perspective. So she was very active within our community over the years. But after she got the situation, she wasn't so active. But we still had no problem at all.
The victim has been unofficially identified as Kathleen Ferdinand. She leaves behind a daughter and son who we saw on scene, visibly heartbroken after getting the devastating news. It's yet another act of suicide that has left the nation stunned, but it's particularly shocking for the elders and residents in the camp, given that it's reportedly the first incident to happen in the Rastafarian community.
Just keep herself good and waking and doing things, So I don't know what really got inspired at. Only Jah know, That's all I could say. Only Jah know.
Now, this incident comes as the country has seen an alarming rise in suicides this year. Police officials are once again urging residents to be their brothers and sisters' keeper.
Reach out to a trusted individual, a pastor, a police officer, a counselor, and ask for assistance. But I also like to urge to the family members, you may see family members in trouble, in distress, struggling. Reach out to them, call them, contact them on a regular basis, just to check up on them and make sure that they're well, and do wellness checks to make certain that they're okay. So that it would be the advice that I would give.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, plea negotiations are underway for a 58-year-old man who pleaded guilty to unlawful sexual intercourse with a 9-year-old boy at his arraignment before Justice Wilhelmina Archer-Minnis. Dwight Bell is accused of luring the child away and molesting him on September 7th of last year. She transferred the matter to Justice Janine Weish-Gomez. Bell appearing before Weish-Gomez yesterday along with his court-appointed lawyer Nathan Smith, who confirmed that Bell maintains his guilt and that negotiations concerning his sentence are currently underway. Well, Prime Minister Philip Davis says the government will roll out the new data protection bill in phases over the next few years, giving businesses time to update their systems and meet the new requirements. Speaking in the House of Assembly on Wednesday during the bill's first reading, Davis said the move is designed to avoid disruption, adding that government doesn't want the business community to be blindsided overnight, given the scope of the legislation.
In protecting all of this data, it is a complete modernization of how we protect our personal data in this digital age and strengthen our digital economy. The bill seeks to repeal and replace the old act with a new, modern, and forward-looking framework which protects data subjects and promotes transparency and accountability of data controllers. This bill, Madam Speaker, is built on three simple but powerful ideas: empowerment, trust, and innovation. We want to empower our people to give every resident more control over their personal information. We want to build trust between consumers, businesses, and the government.
On to some other news tonight. The Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence says it faces losing millions after government stripped them of their control over this year's Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades. JCMP Chair Dion Miller calling the move deeply unfair, warning it threatens key sponsorship deals with Alive and Commonwealth Brewery, and says the organization may now have to host its own private parades. Miller adding that corporate sponsors have made it clear private events may be the only way to avoid breaching existing contracts. He noted the government provides no funding directly to the JCMP, only to member groups, leaving the corporation financially cornered. The JCMP says the change nullifies contracts and undermines years of collaboration, a story we are continuing to follow. Meantime, tensions are rising in the education sector tonight as critics speak out against members of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, accusing them of walking off the job to stage demonstrations, allegedly leaving classrooms unattended and students without teachers. Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has the details tonight.
A march on to the House of Assembly saw swarms of educators from the Bahamas Union of Teachers out of classrooms and pounding the pavement. Some members of the public expressed support, while others questioned how the absence would impact student learning. Standing at the forefront of the demonstration was President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, who stressed the importance of parents standing in solidarity rather than criticizing educators for fighting for what they deserve.
The teachers have better working conditions, increased salaries and benefits, then we are happier and we're able to impart knowledge to your little darlings.
Videos circulating on social media showed a heavy presence of teachers standing shoulder to shoulder outside the House of Assembly. Many Bahamians took to online platforms to weigh in, some calling for support and others questioning the method of protest. One user wrote, quote, "Support the teachers and staff in order to get their dues," while another commented, quote, "The teachers should be compensated. The government needs to stop playing games." Those sentiments were echoed by family and consumer science teacher Charisma Monroe, who insisted that demands being made are long overdue.
We are tired of being neglected. We are tired of being disrespected. We deserve more than we are getting right now.
Reports indicate that some parents were called to pick up their children early on Wednesday due to low teacher turnout at certain schools, but Wilson stood her ground, sending a message to anyone questioning the union's approach.
It's the teachers, we run the schools. So if the teachers are not there, then the children are unable to be taught. We love them, but it calls for a time when we have to stand.
Educators attached to the union say their action is not about defiance, but about dignity. They insist they deserve clarity on salary increments and fair treatment for the work they continue to do. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Meantime, Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin and opposition leader Michael Pintard clashing in the lower chamber on Wednesday over the reported teacher shortage in the country, partially to blame for scores of frustrated teachers protesting on Bay Street yesterday. Both officials dueling over the issue as reports reveal that teachers have recently resigned, even as the Department of Education has gotten off to a rocky start since the start of the fall semester. Hannah Martin, however, is defending government's handling of what she calls a global issue, noting that the Bahamas isn't in this fight alone.
Teachers are intelligent. They were out there for a reason. They know what their reason is. But what the member, in my view, seems to have been trying to do is to superimpose some argument on those teachers. Those teachers understand what's happening. We did a number of things too. We did one basic thing. We formed a teachers' morale committee to find out in the Bahamas, we know all y'all got these issues, but in the Bahamas, what is it that we need to do to retain teachers? It was a multi-agency committee, and the committee was able to make a number of recommendations which we are executing. And for example, we've reintroduced the teacher's career path that had come to a halt. So now, most recently, I think a few months ago, we were able to promote master teachers and senior teachers, where you were able to be promoted within the teaching profession. The last industrial agreement, we were able to negotiate rises in salary, the retention bonus, the $250 every year for teachers when they use their own money to fix up their classrooms.
Pintard, however, wasn't sold on government's plan to address the teacher shortage, noting that many continue to turn their backs on the classroom.
In Marco City, there are 11 schools. So we understand that while there's a global issue, the truth of the matter is we have some classrooms, Madam Speaker, where there's plexiglass to prevent bugs from coming in, but what it does is it retains the heat. Teachers are hot, drenched in sweat, so are students. You have some schools across the Bahamas where there are no teachers available for certain classrooms, and parents have complained and demonstrated. So don't make it an opposition issue. Parents themselves have expressed a concern. So the fact that it's a global problem and the fact that teachers know isn't the issue, Madam Speaker. The issue is some of our children are not getting the instruction. I'm entitled, parents are entitled, teachers are entitled to raise these kinds of issues.
Well, following yesterday's demonstration, which saw hundreds of teachers and other public servants grip parts of Bay Street, could nurses be next? It's a question that arises as their union president, Muriel Lightbourne, noted that all year long, nurses have had to have their fair share of unresolved issue. Just a few months ago, Lightbourne and other nurses expressed their grievances with the vetting process that they say is hindering their confirmations. And according to Lightbourne, that's just the tip of the iceberg. However, she's explaining why there's no major demonstration pending for the nurses.
We're preparing for the industrial agreement, and I would really like he could give us that big gift by accepting the proposal that we put forward on the table, because that would be a good gift for our nurses. So while I support President Ferguson and Wilson, I don't think the healthcare workers of this country need to resort to going to Bay Street. Why should we have to resort our workers of this country to have to come out on the streets to hear the Prime Minister say in a few seconds the same thing he said earlier? That's a gift. You didn't have to negotiate for that. No union have to negotiate for that. And I could give that to y'all for the Christmas. No. I believe that as union leaders, we need to now sit across the table. We need to let these persons know, our leaders in Parliament. We need to let them know this is what it is.
Meantime, Bahamas Public Services Union President Kingsley Ferguson, he's mincing no words regarding his feelings on the handling of union members. Ferguson was interviewed again yesterday shortly after the media spoke with the Minister of Public Service, Pia Glover-Roll, and Ferguson says there's no excuse for taking advantage of his employees.
In our agreement, nobody ought to be entering into any contract of employment with any one of our members. And so, again, if it's disciplinary or it's commandery, the unions ought to be part and parcel to it. We would have written the minister, and it's amazing, the Minister of the Public Service, who's saying that she knows nothing about the salary review. It is impossible for you to be the chief human resource officer in this country. Something is happening for your people, and you are not part and parcel to it. We want to say to them, have some integrity.
Well, the University of the Bahamas one step closer to earning international accreditation. A team from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commissions on Colleges is set to visit the campus the week of November 10th, coinciding with the university's chapter anniversary. UB President Dr. Robert Blaine calling the upcoming visit a major milestone, crediting the hard work of faculty, staff, and students in preparing for the review. Now, the team will assess governance, academics, and student services at both the Oaksfield and UB North campuses. UB has been working toward accreditations from 2017 as a part of its push to strengthen standards and elevate the university's global reputation. Well, we took to social media asking you, according to that visit, do you think the university is prepared for that accreditation status? And we've got the numbers in. Now, according to that survey taken earlier today, some 48% said yes, the university appears to be ready. 60% says somewhat more work is needed, while 16% said not yet. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital polls on all of our social media platforms because your voice matters. Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Ion News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, neighboring businesses share stories on the road ahead after a devastating fire. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, Jubilee Gardens Park undergoes some major renovations. We've got the details on that right after this break.
Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, ciao. No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
The last eclipse of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The new crispy barbecue bacon sandwich with barbecue sauce, cheddar, bacon, crispy onions, and an extra large chicken fillet. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker, $5.48 at Esso, also at Rubis tonight, and at Shell, $5.49. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, following the devastating fire that destroyed Cafe Coco last Thursday, neighboring businesses are now opening up about their experiences and the road to recovery. Delano Roca has the details tonight.
Walls shaking, lighting fixtures shattering, and paintings crashing to the ground. That was the scene inside Love Brand & Co. and Morley for Men, when a gas explosion tore through Cafe Coco just steps away. While flames engulfed the cafe, nearby businesses braced for the worst. But for Tara Morley, general merchandiser for both, she says what could have been a total devastation turned out to be a close call.
So we were actually very blessed with such an outpouring of support from the community, of helping hands that came over and kept checking in on us throughout the duration of the fire and once the fire had been extinguished. So once we received the all clear to enter the buildings again, we were able to come back in and just get everything out as quickly as possible. We got everything out that same night.
Despite the setback, Tara says the spirit of business is alive and their biggest challenge remains roofing.
100% of the inventory, and in terms of just damage overall to the buildings, I think, again, we were fairly blessed that the fire never actually penetrated our ceilings. The buildings are still in pretty good tact with the exception of the roof.
The explosion and resulting fire forced the store to delay its much-anticipated annual sale. But in the face of uncertainty, the team rallied. And now, just 1 week later, Morley says they are reopened, welcoming customers back with resilience and gratitude.
I think all in all, considering that we had less time to communicate with our clientele, we're pleased. Obviously, it's not the same level. We still had a lot of people coming the Friday and Saturday after the blast who hadn't heard the news. So hopefully they'll be back again since we're back up and running. So we're just trying to really spread the word. Morley for Men and Love Brand & Co., they are both back up and running. We're open for business. The sale is huge this year. I think this is the most merchandise we've probably ever had in our year-end sale. So there's really something for everyone here.
The message here is clear. While tragedy may cast a shadow, community and courage bring the light. Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Well, after 2 decades, Jubilee Gardens Park is getting a major facelift. The community space was first commissioned in 2004 under the Christie administration, and it has been closed for renovations. But that's about to change. In partnership with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the park is undergoing a full revitalization to restore its role as a family hub. Minister Mario Boleg first announcing the project back in May as a part of a wider effort to upgrade community parks and promote wellness across the capital. While Minister Boleg was not on hand for the update, Tall Pines MP Dr. Michael Darville was present, expressing his gratitude for the ongoing improvements in the Jubilee Gardens community.
I believe in about 3 to 4 months you'll be seeing a brand new park. We just recently surfaced the basketball court, repaired all of the toilets, and for the pool that has been out of circulation for many, many years, we've decided not only to repair it, but to ensure that a lifeguard is at this location and develop programs not only for the Tall Pines constituency for swimming, but for the entire country. And so this is a new era that the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is moving into. And I want to thank Minister Mario Boleg and P.S. Campbell for partnering with Tall Pines. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the only pool in the constituency, and it's going to be utilized fully for training and teaching kids how to swim, and also for agricultural projects, basically for diving and so forth. And so I'm pleased that we would have someone at the site.
Well, Derek Miller Jr. of Galaxy Construction, the company leading the renovation, shared an update with the media on the project's progress.
We are doing the renovations for the pool house and pool for Jubilee Gardens, and right now we are in our first stage of renovations with the draining of the pools and resurfacing, and also putting in all the fixtures for the pool house and swim team. Our recommended time frame for completion should be roughly around 12 weeks, and hopefully by then, with all goes well, and we should be completed with turnaround time for the project.
And how many persons?
Roughly about 15 to 20 different contractors working with me in regards to plumbing, electrical, masonry works, and so forth.
Well, on Wednesday, aspiring young leaders across the capital took their first step toward local leadership. It was the Junior Local Government Nomination Day, and students from schools here in New Providence officially entered the race, each paying a $5 nomination fee as they gear up for the campaign trail ahead of Election Day. Here's more from Director of the Junior Local Government's Council, Kathy McQueen.
Last year we had 42 schools, and this year we have 47 schools, which is show great improvement. I am at L.W. Young School, where there are 20 participating students in the nomination day. From here, we will go to Anatole Rogers to continue the process of nomination.
Anatole Rogers and L.W. Young, they're the two schools here in the capital participating. Eyewitness News reporters stopping by the L.W. Young Junior High School, where the nomination day was underway. Several students were collecting their forms as they prepared for the campaign trail. We also spoke with Victoria Smith, a social studies teacher and chair of the local government at that school, who shared her insight on the importance of student engagement in local leadership.
Local government is only on the Family Islands. They do not want to disadvantage any student here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So therefore, I felt the need to bring it here to L.W. Young. Last year, they brought it to Anatole Rogers. And I said, let's get on board. Do you think running for this will help you?
But because plenty people think I bad. Plenty people think I bad, but I'm bad. They get a little bad in me. I get a good side too.
I just like the run, and I just like the run. I only run for make a difference for my other peers.
So run for local government because I want to take a new opportunity and try something new.
In Eyewitness News tonight, the world's largest floating bookstore at the Nassau Harbor. We've got the details coming up, but first, a check on tonight's weather forecast.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For one day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our Contractors Only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, one day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
Captain Cash & Co. viral videos have shown you using what is said to be super speed to deliver cash to citizens around the world. Can you explain this?
Those people are simply taking advantage of Cash & Go's Cash Now money lending service, our easy-to-use money lending portal.
How does it work?
Well, you simply enter your information along with a recent payslip, a picture of your ID, and then select your loan amount and the repayment term. We review it as soon as possible. And then once approved, we could have your cash delivered to your mobile wallet, or we could send it directly to a bank of your choosing. Any more questions?
No. Thanks, Cash & Go, man.
It's Captain Cash & Go.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Things Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, the world's largest floating bookstore is now at the Nassau Harbor, making waves not only with its vast selection of books, but also with its mission to inspire, educate, and serve. Our Delano Roker going aboard for a first-hand look on this unique literary voyage.
After an almost 10-year hiatus, the logo's hope has returned to Bahamian waters, bringing with it thousands of books from around the world. Last docked here in Nassau in 2017, the floating bookstore's return was delayed by Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic. But now, the ship is back, and with it, a steady stream of eager visitors, says Managing Director DCO De Carvello.
Good so far. We've had, you're observing today, we have intermediary school students today. We've had the younger kids in the past. We've had weekends that have been really quite active here in the book fair. And we love it. We love to provide books. And we know that the government here wants reading to be a big emphasis for the community in the Bahamas and Nassau in this case.
With more than 5,000 titles on board, ranging from children's literature and science to faith and philosophy, the logo's hope offers something for every reader. Even in an age dominated by screens, Carvello says physical books still carry a unique power.
There's this push towards more electronic reading. I think we are reading the reports of how reading from a screen can cause difficulties for us, our eyes, our brains, and all of that. And also we spend so much time on the screen already doing other things. So books, the page, the printed book, is very, very important. Holding a book in your hands really gives you this sense that you're traveling, you're doing something that is transformational for us.
For me, the return to the Logos bookstore is personal. My aunt brought me here every year growing up, and in fact, I purchased this very book during my last visit, and now I get to continue that experience. And also for many young Bahamians, they're beginning their literary journey, such as those from Uriah McPhee.
Of course, literacy is very important to us. We want to expose our children at a young age what is the importance of reading books. So we took this opportunity to bring them along so they could select books and they can read them every day.
I really love God. I love things about God, and these are Bible flashcards. I can do these with my friends, my family, and stuff like that.
It's been very fun and very active to me.
Students from the Spectrum Learning and Development Center were among the school groups to board the vessel, highlighting the connection between literature, learning, and inclusion.
They're no different from others. They can look around. Some of them are visual learners. They can see the pictures, the letters, the words. Some of them are actually reading. And so just basically seeing sight words and, like I say, letters. So it was very, very important for us to bring them to the book fair today.
From education to inspiration, the Logos Hope is more than just a bookstore. It's a floating bridge offering new worlds between every cover. Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Delano. Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has your latest check on sports. Good evening, Laurencia.
Good evening, Janae. Well, mini basketball here in the Bahamas is getting a rebirth. I'll tell you more about it straight ahead in sports.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Squad and Zone 4 present Keisha Cole performing live Saturday, October 11th at Nassau's Cruise Port. Keisha Cole performing live at the Nassau Cruise Port. $75 general admission, and log on DonJulioEvents.com for more information about VIP, table service, and skybox. Keisha Cole, October 11th, Nassau Cruise Port. Security strictly enforced. Keisha Cole performing live at Nassau Cruise Port.
You don't need perfect timing or good luck to save. Just shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 85 cents. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Boneless chicken breast, $2.79 per pound. Russet potatoes, 5 pounds, $3.99. Jacquard vegetable oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Catch a break whenever you shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets.
Ready to insure your ride? Our new website is ready for you. Visit jsjohnson.com. Select coverages, go to auto, and click Get a Quote. We have made it easier than ever to request a quote online. Fill in all the required fields. When you're done, hit Submit. You'll receive a response via email within 24 hours. Visit jsjohnson.com today.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For 1 day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our Contractors Only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, 1 day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Topping sports tonight at this hour, the Island Youth Basketball League has officially tipped off over at the Kendall G. Isaac Gymnasium as their combine and draft night gets underway. The new league aims to revive mini basketball in the Bahamas, offering opportunities for boys and girls from K through grade 8. Olive co-founder Jarrell Mullings, who serve as league director, and Neville Manny Adderley, the league's coaching director. The league also brought on board a strong lineup of coaches with experience at the national, collegiate, and professional levels, both locally and internationally. Adderley noted all coaches participating in the league will be provided with adequate training and must complete a safeguard certification. Well, congratulations to the new league, and definitely stay tuned so we can find out exactly who was drafted. Now on to the baseball field. The New York Yankees 2025 season has come to an end, falling to the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 4 of the American League Division Series on Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees ran out of answers, dropping a 5-2 decision that ended their postseason run.
We had such a great team, and we were the team to beat, and we believe so much in each other that, it's heartbreaking to move on now, but, I'm still going to be thinking about this even probably when the season starts next year.
And while the Yankees did not make it to the big dance, the Bahamian MLB star still had an outstanding season, being named to the All-Star, participating in the Home Run Derby, and capping off the season by joining the prestigious 30-30 Club for players with at least 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases in a single season. He became just the third player in Yankees history to reach that milestone. Congratulations to Jazz on an amazing season from us here at Eyewitness Sports. In sports from the golf course, the Bahamas Golf Federation has announced its 12-member team for the upcoming Caribbean Golf Association Four-Ball Championship, one of the top events on the regional golf calendar. The competition tees off this holiday weekend in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and wraps up on Monday. Team Bahamas will compete across 6 divisions against the regional best golfers. Team manager Gina Gonzalez-Roll says the group is confident and is ready for the challenge. We are going into the championship with high hopes and great expectation. Jamaica has held the winning streak for the last 4 years, but our team is focused, hungry, and ready to put the Bahamas back on top. The Bahamas Golf Federation says it is standing firmly behind the team as they look to bring home the championship title. Well, definitely stay tuned to Eyewitness Sports for the latest highlights from our golfers. Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Man, I've been at this for hours, wait, trying to find this bucket list bliss treasure everybody talking about. Finally, Miko, you still out here digging for treasure like you was pirates? You out here sweating like you fighting for your life? Only thing you doing is putting sand in my drink, Miko. Miko!
Good news! You don't have to dig for this treasure. Just apply and get approved for a BOB loan or credit card, and you're in to win a trip of a lifetime. Plus other great prizes like water park passes, restaurant vouchers, and VIP movie tickets. Get approved and you could be living large in Las Vegas, striking a pose in Paris, catching a cab in New York, twisted spaghetti in Rome, looking royal in London, or shopping in Panama.
X marks the spot, and it's right here at BOB. And don't forget to get a loan with my name too, because I'm going to ruin Miko.
Apply today for a BOB loan or Visa credit card. Win the trip of a lifetime, plus weekly prizes. Email loans@bankbahamas.com.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For 1 day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our Contractors Only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, 1 day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news at this hour. Coming up and beyond the headlines with Shanique Miller. Discussions continue over in Grand Bahama. It's a show you don't want to miss. That's coming up and beyond the headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For one day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our contractors only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, one day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For one day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our contractors only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, one day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Good evening from Grand Bahama. This island was once hailed as the industrial heartbeat of the Bahamas. Now, the Grand Bahama economy stands at a crossroads with business owners, investors, those in the tourism industry, regular citizens asking what's next. When will things change for the better in the Grand Bahama economy, affording each resident, business owner, local an opportunity to participate in this economy, to benefit from this economy, to live the quality of life they'd like to live. Good evening, I'm Shanique Miller. Welcome to night 2 of our time here in Grand Bahama. Last evening, if you joined us, you saw that we spoke with a number of straw vendors from the Port Lucaya marketplace, business owners and investors, all of which singing the same tune. More needs to be done. When will it be done? When will the number of projects that have been in the pipeline for quite some time, earmarked for this island, when will any of them come out of that pipeline and begin turning the wheels of this economy here on this island? Well, we're going to continue that discussion this evening. We're also going to speak later in tonight's show with the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce and a number of other persons. And so welcome to the show. Tonight we start with the transportation industry. Of course, tour operators, taxi drivers too are complaining about the lack of opportunity. The fact that business has come to nearly a standstill on the occasion that they're lucky to get a job or have a taxi fare or tour job, then they see that as a privilege and a great day. But oftentimes it's just the opposite. We're going to start this evening with H. Rudy Sawyer. Mr. Sawyer, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sawyer. Good evening to you. Of course, you hear some applause in the background. Are we expecting others here? Some are here. Some of the residents, business owners, straw vendors are here. But we're expecting a few other people or a handful of other people. We, of course, when they come and they want to speak, you will certainly hear from them as well. Mr. Sawyer, good evening to you. It's good to have you here. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
And it's my pleasure to be here. And welcome to Grand Bahama.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. I've been, my team and I, we've been going around the Tino Bridge, just so many areas we went to today to just see for ourselves what's going on. And quite frankly, we see what you all are saying. You mentioned, but not you, other taxi drivers who are late getting here, and tour operators are really having issues with being able to keep their vehicles on the road in terms of getting fares. Let's talk about what's happening and how that is looking in terms of low tourism numbers and how that's impacting the transportation industry.
Well, it's a dilemma at this particular moment because the tourism numbers are not low. Since the Celebration Key came in here, Grand Bahama, for the first time in its history, is at a position where there's at least a cruise ship in every day.
Every day.
And most days, it's 2 cruise ships. That has never happened on this island.
So this is new for Grand Bahama's tourism product because Grand Bahama's never been known really for its tourism product. So the fact is, it's good. Things have turned in that way, in that there are now tens of thousands of tourists every day, you're saying?
Every day on this island. The problem is, if you were lucky enough, fortunate enough to be one of the vendors or the service providers chosen by Carnival and Celebration Key to operate at their site in East of Freeport, you are doing well. Everybody else, and it seems as if as of the 19th of July, when they opened the operation at Celebration Key, everybody else who were looking forward to this great thing happening have actually lost business compared to what they had before.
How did the selection process happen? I mean, you don't service Celebration Key.
No, and in fact, I'm a tour operator rather than a transportation provider.
Yes.
We are a group, I'm president of a group of the National Eco Tour Operators Cooperative. We are owners of the actual tour rather than transportation providers.
That sounds awesome because I'll tell you, tourists anywhere in the world love to experience what is authentic about a destination. And you were talking about the eco tours. Grand Bahama is synonymous for its wonderful nature trails and the rest of it. How is that not selling? How is it that you and your group did not sit with Carnival and say, listen, we have this wonderful, unique experience to offer. How can we sort of be a part of what it is you offer the tens of thousands of people every day?
Carnival did a marvelous job to the public in requests for proposals. My grouping, individually, and people beyond us have submitted proposals. And I suspect, I heard the number might have been about 90. You go onto their website and you see the tours that were chosen. There were about 15 or 16 out of the 90. So, that's in their prerogative to decide who they are going to sell. So again, unfortunately, even among those that they chose, particularly the transportation providers, are not getting even the minimum numbers that they had agreed with Carnival to provide for them when they come in every day. So even someone is not selling it.
So you're saying even those people who are engaged with Carnival are not experiencing this boom?
That's right.
Roughly how many people a day come in on those ships?
But a regular ship will be 4,000, 3,000, and in most days they have 2 of them. So you're looking at about 6,000 to 8,000 people. The expectation from industry statistics is we expected at least 20% of cruise visitors when they reach the site will buy the shore excursions, which is what we're talking. Right now it's below 5%, maybe even below 1%.
So then the entire industry, whether it be tour operator like yourself, whether it be taxi driver, whether it be transportation provider, the entire industry or sector is having a tough time.
Exactly.
What do you make, sir? What does this look like on a given day, a given week now for you?
Looks like nothing. There's no business. That's what it looks like. So
Tell us how that looks like in dollars and cents. By the way, what you're looking at on the screen right now is the Port Lucaya area. This is it. We did this yesterday, and it's like a desert land. There it is, and it's such a lovely place.
Yes.
This is like commonplace, yes?
Well, to give you an example of stories we've heard.
There's the Grand Lucaya there in the background.
Folks who may have actually bought transportation to come into Freeport. Complaints is that it's so expensive to even pay for the transportation to get to Port Lucaya, so much so that when the guests get there, their limit on spending to the craft vendors, the store is being reduced. So the craft vendors are not making it because it's...
So then it sounds like this is an issue, a local issue. Are taxi drivers being too greedy, dishonest, to charge people more than they should, to the point that this money can't go around?
Well, again, I don't know if it's greed as much as they're trying to make, what they figure was business sense. But obviously it's not making good business sense for everybody else. So I'm sure that's an adjustable situation that could occur. And as we go forward, that's only one issue. There are other issues. How come that 20% of people that normally buy shore excursions from Carnival ships, obviously whoever was selling it before or at other ports are not selling it here, it would seem.
Well, we will talk about that because you're talking about when the Carnival ships came to the regular port.
That's right.
Before they developed the Celebration Key.
Right.
Now, who was responsible for selling those tours there that it trickled through the Grand Bahama transportation sector?
Carnival chooses the tours they will sell on board their vessels. Mm-hmm. So they have obviously the responsibility to sell the tours. At least everybody who contracts with them, that is the expectation, that their tours will be sold, that they will at least get the minimum that they agreed to with Carnival, that Carnival would produce on every ship they come in here. And that's not happening.
That's not happening. Now let's look at you on a given day, a given week. What is it, would you say, roundabout figure, that you take home?
My figure may, from time to time, vary. And I have a different sort of a tour than say a transportation provider as well. So again, my tour, regular tour sell for $136. I expect to carry about 6 to 8 people will be a good tour for me. Whereas a transportation provider who's doing sightseeing may need to have 80 people in a bus or 30 people in a bus. My tour will really be the smaller, unique features as well. Mm-hmm. So, like I said,
how many of those have you had in recent time? A 6, an 8 tour job?
I haven't had one since July.
Are you saying, come on now, are you saying you have not had,
like
you have not had one tour of 8 people?
Certainly not from them, right, not at all. But again, it's not just Carnival. Mm-hmm. Somehow, because like I told you, I'm the president of the National League of Tour Operators with members throughout the islands. We have our monthly meeting. We get reports like from Bimini. In July, they reported that they will be having less business because the movement of Carnival ships being diverted from Bimini to Celebration Key. Mm-hmm. And so they anticipated they are doing less, but they have other alternatives in Bimini.
Yeah, because Bimini is booming.
Nassau,
yes.
Remember, at our meeting last month, indicated as being the worst September. And of course, September in our industry is
traditionally
like it drops
slow
off
month.
the wall.
Yes.
But it's nothing like that as well. So, I say to people, follow the money. Carnival has invested $600 million into this, the most money they've invested into any operation. They will do everything to make sure that their ships go there. So they are doing a great job. They're getting their people to their site to now get their return on their investments, and they're doing everything to do that. But we are not benefiting.
Well, now, Carnival isn't going to come and knock on your door and say, hey, listen, I have this for you. What are you doing to reform and to sort of present these eco-tours differently so that they are more appealing? And by the way, give us an idea of what the eco-tour is and involves.
Again, there's a variety of tours here on this island. Grand Bahama, 97 miles east to west. We have East Grand Bahama, West Grand Bahama. East rich in its eco-tours. I was out birding all day today in the east of Grand Bahama. My tour, Blue Green Outdoors, is the name of my company. I offer kayaking and snorkeling in the blue holes at Crabbing Bay as my number one tour. I also do tours that will take people to the west where they could swim and snorkel with the turtles and other marine life.
So quite unique and really taking advantage of the natural resources and just the natural life here.
Exactly.
So Carnival doesn't offer that. How is it that this idea could not have been packaged so beautifully and presented to them?
Well, it has been. They haven't actually. This may not be the type of tour that will be attracted to them. They have a demographic that sort of decide most of their guests may be guests that could afford tours for $80, $60, or $70. My tour, they will have to sell this for almost $200. That is not going to be something that's going to match them. So I understand that. They are not my major market.
Who is your major market?
The vacation home rentals.
Yeah.
The
Airbnb.
Airbnb, vacation rental. Okay. Airbnb obviously is the brand name, but certainly vacation rentals, all of them will be our number one. Hotel, the stopover visitors are certainly the ones who we will target as our number one. But, on every cruise ship, there's going to be at least 5% of the people who will be interested in
an experience like you offer.
Go swim with the stingrays out in the West End with Keith, or these different natural aspects that this island offers. On this island, you can swim with stingrays, you can swim with sharks, you can swim with pigs, you can swim with turtles. You
can go kayaking.
Dolphins.
It's a beautiful experience that Grand Bahama has to offer.
Right.
All rich and very unique and authentic to this island.
But for some reason, we haven't been able to get it to the point where it's a product that is attractive enough to the worldwide market for people to come here in numbers as they do to Harbor Island or Abaco or to Exuma. We haven't actually pulled it together.
So then what do Grand Bahamians like yourself need to do?
Because
I'll tell you, after we come back, after the break, I'll tell you a conversation I had with Rupert Roberts, co-chairman of Grand Bahama Port Authority this morning. He spoke with me after last night's show. He reached out and they are very interested in speaking to us again. And of course, when that happens, of course, you'll be the first to know, and as well as the people of Grand Bahama. But he has some amazing ideas and other things are going to come on stream. And so what is it that you plan to do as we wrap up this segment? What difference do you plan to sort of offer to be able to get out there and have people understand that you exist?
Well, what this has done with Celebration Key and the lack of business and everything else has cost us all who've been suffering to come together. We've been having meetings. We've been strategizing. There are decisions made. There is going to be some things we are going to do. Some of us are doing on the technology side of it, the marketing, getting to guests before they get here.
Yes.
And even though the cruise ship for me personally may not be my major target market, I am looking forward to every guest that could possibly be. It might be 8, might be only 6. I don't need 80, but on every ship, if I could get 4, 5, or 10, it will be a wonderful thing to actually help with business. But it's not just Celebration Key. We're looking forward to other things happening here. Other businesses has to happen.
Well,
Other things have
you're
to
right,
happen.
because Celebration Key cannot, and I said this last night, cannot lift the entire island's economy and put it where it needs to be. And I'll tell you, I'll share some news with you and you when I come back after this break. So don't go anywhere. This is Beyond the Headlines, night 2 here in Freeport, Grand Bahama. We're going to take a break and come back with more after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Welcome to Blissful Escapes, where luxury meets affordability. Whether you're seeking relief from aches and pains or simply looking to indulge in some well-deserved pampering, relax and detox in our infrared sauna. Enjoy a soothing Swedish massage or an invigorating exfoliating body scrub. We also provide advanced facial treatments using cutting-edge technology, including hydrofacial, microneedling, and microcurrent therapies, located at the shops of Cable Beach Plaza.
Squad and Zone 4 present Keisha Cole performing live Saturday, October 11th at Nassau's Cruise Port. Keisha Cole performing live at the Nassau Cruise Port. $75 general admission, and log on DonJulioEvents.com for more information about VIP, table service, and skybox. Keisha Cole, October 11th, Nassau Cruise Port. Security strictly enforced. Keisha Cole performing live at Nassau Cruise Port.
Ever feel like you're missing your own life because you're constantly running off to the bathroom? Do bladder leaks or pelvic discomfort have you up at night and affect your confidence in everyday life? Those days are over. At Frequency Vitality Center, we offer a solution. Completely painless, fully clothed with no downtime. Perfect for men and women of any age, we help strengthen the pelvic floor muscles while you sit comfortably, improving bladder control, decreasing night waking, and much more. Strengthen your foundation and restore your confidence.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madeira Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For 1 day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our contractors only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, 1 day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to our live broadcast here in Freeport, Grand Bahama. I'm Shanique Miller, live at the Pelican Bay Resort here in the Lucaya area. Quite a nice resort, quite frankly, doing a great job with helping keep this economy moving. It really is a wonderful property to visit, really beautiful, surrounded by, I think it's the canals, yes. Canals, yeah, really, really awesome. Quite stunning to look at. A lot of greenery, really super. Grand Bahama has a lot to offer. And the residents, the business owners, the local investors know that. And they want an opportunity to be able to showcase that to the world while, of course, earning a living, while experiencing the rebounding of this economy once again. And so this week, we are here in Grand Bahama to talk about that, to hear their voices, to hear what it is they have to say. They have been calling on Beyond the Headlines to come and speak with them, to come here, not just sit in Nassau and talk about it, but to actually come here and just hear them, look in their eyes, hear their voices, face to face of what it is that's happening in this economy, or rather not happening in many instances, that must be happening to change things around. I mentioned just before the break that I spoke with Rupert Haywood, who is the co-chair of the Grand Bahama Port Authority this morning. We had quite a lengthy conversation. I'll tell you this, Mr. Haywood of the Grand Bahama Port Authority wants the very same thing every Grand Bahamian wants. In fact, he too is excited to see the economy turn around and Grand Bahama families benefit and business owners benefit and businesses begin to thrive once again. These are some of the things he said to me today. He also talked about the fact that the power, though, has been significantly stripped from the Grand Bahama Port Authority, in that a number of the decision-making has been taken out of their hands and, I guess, put into Nassau, if you understand that. And so he kind of sort of wants that to be returned to a great extent. But he is excited about what's about to come on stream. You heard this entire show last night and already this evening. We talk about Celebration Key. Well, Celebration Key is a $600 million investment. There is also the Xanadu Hotel, according to Mr. Haywood, which was also purchased. That's another $500 million investment. And then come January, the Grand Bahama Shipyard, another $500 million will come online and will come on stream fully. He's excited about that because he says those very things and more, but those things will begin to really get this economy moving in the right direction, that people can begin to experience their livelihood again and business again, and even new businesses come on stream. And so Mr. Haywood, of course, wants to speak to these things in depth, and he will. Of course, the Grand Bahama Port Authority wants its opportunity to speak to the people of Grand Bahama and the nation, and will do so very shortly on the show. But I want to just pick up that discussion right there with my guests in this segment. Of course, continuing to be here is Mr. Rudy Sawyer. He, of course, is president of the Eco Tours operators here in the nation, actually, and that's Grand Bahama and here in the nation. And then, of course, joining him is the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles. Good evening to you, Dylan. Welcome. Welcome. Now, gentlemen, you both are going to have to kind of share the mic. Thank you. You understand really exactly what it is. What do you make of my conversation with Mr. Haywood earlier today?
Yes, at least he's not a politician, so I could feel a little bit more confident in listening to, hearing his words.
Yes.
And a businessman. And he's been doing a tremendous job, even in my area of interest, the blue economy, with Coral Vita and the coral restoration, those sort of things. But he's a business person, a strong one as well. So certainly in terms of where he sits, and Celebration Key is one of the first ones to come on and be completed as one of those pipeline investments.
Yes.
They picked the right name for it.
Yeah.
One that I'm willing to adopt, to call the island of Grand Bahama Celebration Island, with Celebration Key only being an activity on the island.
Yes.
I'm looking for the opportunity to be able to celebrate those different things that are going to be coming out of the pipeline.
Listen, I talked about that pipeline last night. I'm happy that you emphasized that, because this pipeline, you all, has in excess of $3 billion worth of investments. What I talked about is already over $1 billion.
That's right.
That is already beginning to kind of just slowly turn around in this economy. Again, come January, Mr. Haywood said, listen, Shanique, here's what's happening at the shipyard. And so that is going to be quite substantial.
And the industrial sector, because,
it's going to be thriving once again.
Freeport is the industrial capital of the Bahamas.
It is.
It has been the economic sector that has been keeping this island afloat, even with what's been happening on the downturn on tourism. And it hasn't just happened because of Celebration Key coming in or whatever. It's been on the downslope for a long time on the tourism side, but the island has been floating. It's still been looking good, and people have been working smaller numbers than the tourism industry is, would employ, but it's high value.
Yeah.
And it's been having a major effect on this island of Grand Bahama with the success of the industrial
It's good to hear that, and it's good to see your attitude and your approach to it. The optimism certainly is something that you can feel from you, and that is what needs to happen, Mr. Knowles, in terms of the optimism. To hear Rupert Haywood talk about, listen, Shanique, he realizes what needs to be done, and he's not trying to pass the buck in terms of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. He just wants certain things to come in line, but very hopeful though, and quite excited about what it is he told him and shared with me that I shared with you all a moment ago.
So, Shanique, I don't know if your audience is well versed in the history of Grand Bahama and Port Authority and Freeport in particular. But Freeport was built to be an industrial hub. And the private company called Grand Bahama Port Authority undertake the project to develop a city around a deep water harbor at no expense to the taxpayers of the Commonwealth, at the time, the islands of the Bahamas, because we weren't independent at the time. And they engaged in that activity. It wasn't panning out as quickly as they thought, so they went back to the government and asked for more land to engage in residential and touristic resort development. And Freeport Lucaya was then the first licensed casino in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And that was really the focal point for tourism on Grand Bahama. Everything on Grand Bahama. The magic in the magic city was gaming, because Grand Bahama had the only licensed casino on the eastern seaboard of the United States
You're
of America.
kidding. So you all were, and mind you, as a kid, I remember you all being in the Bahamas first in many things. Grand Bahama, and when we say Grand Bahama, the rest of the nation, say me and Freeport as well as Grand Bahama all in one.
Yes.
But you all led in so many things, so many firsts, and you were saying that a casino, having a casino here, was also a first. Grand Bahama led the way in that.
Absolutely. So when the U.S. embargoed Cuba and the casinos had to leave, they came to Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama, the first licensed casino. There was a casino club, private club in New Providence, but the first licensed casino was in Grand Bahama. And so the entire Grand Bahama tourism product revolved around gaming. Think about it. We actually built a major resort in the middle of the island, not on the beach, but in the middle of the island, because it was focused on gambling and providing daytime activities for gamblers, which is particularly golf, and nighttime activities for gamblers, where we had all of the Las Vegas-style reviews here on Grand Bahama. All of the major entertainers around the world came to Grand Bahama at one point or another during the history of Grand Bahama. We talk about the tourism product being impacted by the hurricanes that started in 2004, but really they were the final nail in the coffin of a product which was focused on being the only casinos on the eastern seaboard.
So it was an aging product already.
It was, not only was it an aging product, but when Florida decided to license their own casino, we then had that market stolen from under our feet.
And this is
fundamentally, we have not gone about the process of pivoting to a new niche market for
tourism. And this is what I want to ask you, because when Grand Bahama rebounds, as it will, does it have to come up with a new model, even in terms of Celebration Key and what Royal Caribbean will do and all the other entities that are in that pipeline? Does it have to still look different, though? Will it not? It may not look like what Nassau has to offer in terms of tourism, or Eleuthera, or any of the other islands that are thriving. How can Grand Bahama develop its own niche in tourism? Because obviously it is still very much heavily industrial. That is working and very successful for it. It may never be the absolute thriving tourism industry that you see elsewhere. While it may be quite healthy and robust, it just may not be the number one industry on the island.
So we've gone through a couple of cycles with our tourism product. In the mid-2000s, we went through the exercise of rebranding Freeport to become Grand Bahama, the Grand Life. And we're well on our way to identify products that matched that branding. And then we had a change in administration, and then we became Club Grand Bahama, the bargain basement tourist, all-inclusive tourist destination that catered to a whole different demographics than the Grand Life would. And then we had another change in administration, and we're back to the Grand Life again. So now we've confused the market totally about who we are and what we're about.
So we need to stop changing our identity then.
Absolutely.
Stick with one thing.
We need to know who
and
we need to know
be
who
firm
we
in
are.
that and sell that.
We need to know who we are and what we are and what we have to offer. And you've spent some time on island now, and you would know that Grand Bahama is unique in that we have 3 islands on one. Okay, so in the east, we have wonderful eco environment, which is perfect for niche ecotourism. In the middle, we have the city, which has the capability of dealing with large volume traffic and large volume convention style and maritime style activities. And then West Grand Bahama has West End, which was involved in every aspect of the development of the United States of America over the history of the U.S. West End has been involved in everything from prohibition to gun running during the Confederate War. You name it, West End has been involved in it. And so it has a heritage that is important to the U.S. that people in the U.S. don't know. In fact, people in the Bahamas don't know. And we haven't told that story. So we seriously have a problem with packaging and marketing of what Grand Bahama has to offer, and we have to fix that pronto.
How do you fix that? I mean, you know, Mr. Knowles, last night, if you heard those vendors and then other investors who too are experiencing exactly what Mr. Sawyer here is experiencing, as they all have tourism-related businesses. How do you fix that reputation? How do you fix that moving forward? Because there is a place for tourism in Grand Bahama, no doubt. But the people have got to readjust. It seems everyone is waiting for, you call it the magic days. Some say, listen, start there. Remove the word magic and rebrand it as you said. But how do you fix the mindset of people to know that when things rebound, that it will not be the same as what they are used to and what they are hoping for, but they're going to have to also somehow rise to meet what the new product looks like?
So that's a huge challenge which we, and particularly the Chamber, is working on, is how we get people to change their paradigm. We have to understand that we need to be at the forefront of this, not waiting for a savior to come and do it for us. And we also need to appreciate that there are no silver bullets in life. Grand Bahama is not known for anything at this point. If you say the word Las Vegas, everybody knows what that means. If you say Orlando, everybody knows what that is. But if you say Grand Bahama around the world, nobody knows what that is. So we have a need to first and foremost identify who we are and what we want to be. What is it that we have unique to offer to the global marketplace?
Can that be more than one thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Grand Bahama, Freeport has had a unique balance of industry in the Freeport half of the city and tourism in the Lucaya half of the city for 50 years now, 60 years. And that those have worked very well together. The industrial sector has been kind of the baseline of the economy. It keeps the boat floating. And then the tourism market has been the sprinkling on top that brings in the glamour. But they are very homogeneous in the sense that they work symbiotically to produce the economy that we've had in Grand Bahama. We just now need to pivot on the tourism side and fix that product.
Right.
But
How do you identify? Yeah, because you're right. This island is rich with experiences and can be this tourism hub as well as the industrial hub and the tech hub and all the rest of it that Grand Bahama has ready at its fingertips, right? How do you, though, identify your tourism product, you think?
So one of the things that the Chamber has been doing, and it'll continue to do, is we're preparing a vision document for Grand Bahama, not for Freeport, not for a particular business sector, but for Grand Bahama as a whole. We had a focus group meeting about 2 weeks ago where we had 55 business owners in the room discussing a SWOT analysis on Grand Bahama. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? And out of this process, we will continue to refine that until we've identified what our niche in the world is. And then we need to convince all of the players, both at the regulator side, as the people say, the powers to be, as well as at the grassroots side, to come together to make this happen. And we need to make it happen. We can't wait for somebody to come in and do it for us.
And you have to be ready for when the opportunity presents itself, for sure.
On that point, Shanique, this same stimulus that has happened as a result of Celebration Key has been a good thing along the line that Dylan is talking, because it's caused so many within the tourism industry to come together. And not only, all of us have different interests and everything else, and we've been sort of working like silos and doing our own thing, etc. But now we see the need to come together. We need to define who we are.
Yeah.
We need to take control
And
of what it
everybody
is.
has to understand their role in defining or redefining who you are.
And of course, that's bringing resources together. Not only the Chamber, we're talking about meeting with the Grand Bahama Island Promotion Board. It's going to take the Ministry of Tourism coming together with a focus on Grand Bahama.
Absolutely.
And help us with that. Money has to go behind it. A lot has to go into marketing. I think we need to fix our product more so than fix the airport.
Well, we'll talk about the airport, because some people want to fight you for that, what you just said.
I know there's a lot there, because people, and I want to make
some
a statement.
people want, no, when you make that, when we come back, you can make that statement, because I'll tell you this, some people want to beat you up for that statement right there.
Of course.
Because they
I've been
feel
in
as
many
though,
fight over it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
But I want to hear your thoughts on that, because some people feel it's the airport that's the stumbling block of any forward movement here on the island of Grand Bahama. We'll talk about that. And the sale for the Grand Lucaya, what's happening there. This is Beyond the Headlines. We are live night 2 here in Grand Bahama at the Pelican Bay Resort. We're going to take a break and come back with more after this.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For one day only, enjoy 20% off store-wide at our contractors only sale. Select, save, and build with tiles, tools, and materials. Everything you need to get the job done now at unbeatable savings. Don't miss it this Thursday, October 9th, one day only. Grand Bahama Tiles, building with you, building for you.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Sting Junkanoo Group is celebrating 25 years of music, and you're invited to the greatest show ever, counting down the years, performing hit song after hit song. Stevie S, Colin McDonald, KB, Dyson Knight and D-Mac. Saturday, November 1st at the Farm Marshall Road, 8 p.m. until. Tickets can be purchased online at www.bahamaseattickets.com for your skybox or to be a food vendor. Call 424-6433, 477-0191. Sponsored by ZNS, Island Luck TV, The Farm, Gatorade Today & Co. Limited, Krista Minute and Associates.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
This National Heroes Day, Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating our nation's builders, our contractors. For 1 day only, enjoy.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. We are live here at the Pelican Bay Resort in Freeport, Grand Bahama, talking about and taking the time this week to look at the economy of Grand Bahama, which so many people are talking about. You have heard last night, you're hearing tonight about where many business owners, taxi operators, tour operators, transportation providers, straw vendors, so many people who have other types of investment that have to do with directly related to tourism, where they stand, how they're feeling the pinch and the overall state of the economy. Tonight, we are speaking with the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles, and of course, a tour operator and also president of the Ecotourism and Tour Association of the Bahamas, Rudy Sawyer. They both are joining me this evening to talk about just that, the state of Grand Bahama. Where does Grand Bahama need to go? How does the tourism product need to look moving forward? I shared, coming out of the last break, that I spoke with Rupert Hayward. He is co-chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I spoke with him this morning, and he gave great details about what's ahead. I talked about that $3 billion+ pipeline for Grand Bahama. Well, already over $1 billion has has been invested in this economy. Celebration Key, over $500 million. The Xanadu project that is recently bought and purchased and about to sort of get going as well. I think that's a Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines project, over $500 million. Then Mr. Haywood told me about the Grand Bahama Shipyard, another project that's over $500 million that's fully about to come online in January. He's excited. He wants this economy to turn around as well, and we'll speak to that further on the show moving forward. But we are going to get back to our discussion here with Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Knowles business leaders, community leaders, of course, president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, on exactly where this island needs to go. What are the next steps right now, even in preparation for what I just talked about? I mean, those projects alone are bound to create this sort of equal boost that's needed, because celebration is just a one-sided type of boost, but those are going to equal out the opportunity here in Grand Bahama. And then what? And then what do you do? And so, gentlemen, welcome back. Mr. Sawyer, you have the mic, so jump right in.
Yeah, as we ended, I was just getting ready to say on the tourism side, people don't visit destinations for what they don't have. People go to places for what they do have. So one of the things...
I thought they went for what they didn't have, because they want to experience something unique.
What the destination doesn't have.
Right.
Okay.
Not from what's not there.
Yes.
They go for what is there.
Yes. Okay, yes.
So that's why I'm saying, even with the airport, I certainly suggest that we change the narrative on that. Mm-hmm. I saw your show last night, mm-hmm. and there was a statement from David that says we don't have an airport.
There is the airport, guys, on the screen.
You came in and shared your experience. We have a nice airport.
Madison, this airport is
particularly
super.
When you compare with the other places that are bringing in within the Bahamas. I think about Naughty Luther, Exuma, who have worse airports than what we have, facilities. Guests per year than Freeport over the years.
Yes.
And but of course, we all will accept an improvement on that temporary airport. Mm-hmm. But certainly it can't be the.
So you're saying that doesn't need to be the focus, at the top,
right?
Because it's something that's just hanging over everybody's head, like, oh, we need that, and once we get that, everything is a go.
Wherever I travel, I never write home to tell people about
I don't know why we're not showing the domestic
experience.
area, because trust me, if you see it there. I mean, Freeport
right.
Freeport is quite unique and
beautiful. The only thing about the airport I want to do is get out of it as quickly as I can. All right?
You ain't there to see the airport.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
So what we want people to come to Grand Bahama for is what is on Grand Bahama. Mm-hmm. We need to attract them to Grand Bahama mm-hmm. to do things.
All of that is a part of the airport that you saw.
Let's spend some money in that.
And so the thing is, you know what I was about to say, how do you market it and get it out there? Because I imagine people are surprised to hear about, for example, just the ecotourism aspect of Grand Bahama and how rich and rewarding that is. Everybody now is looking for this organic, authentic experience, including Bahamians.
Yes, of
so
course,
how do you get the word out that Grand Bahama is the place you visit for that?
And that's what I'm saying now. We need to put, our minds and ideas together, and I'm seeing a good results of that even coming among us in the tourism area of coming together over this negative that is affecting us all, but it's also bringing in some positives. So wait a little while longer and you will see some results from us on a positive in terms of helping to define and take control of this product which we call Grand Bahama. And it will become something that we all will be able to celebrate.
That is really awesome. And that's why you say, listen, you're going to adopt that celebration for the island as well.
Celebration Island.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. I'm with you.
So, Shanique, we talked earlier about the fact that we lost gaming as the focal point for tourism. And for a number of years, we've done nothing to replace gaming with a new thing. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and MSC have fundamentally said to us, they've put their money where their mouth is they've said to us on Grand Bahama, you guys haven't done anything to come up with a new product, so we're going to come up with a product, okay? Carnival is now, and we cannot fault them, Carnival has now come along and plunked down $600 million. They are going to ensure that they recoup their $600 million. They have redirected every ship in their fleet to Celebration Key.
Right.
By 2027, they're going to have 4 ships a day parked at Celebration Key.
The thing is, how you must now reimagine to get a percentage of those off, because then that seems to be, I mean, tens of thousands a day.
Yes. So they are planning on 6 million passengers a year. Okay? 10% of 6 million is a big number. That's 600,000 passengers. If we only get 10% to come out of the key, right? So our job as an island is to figure out how to do that, how to encourage them, how to get to them before they get on the ship, so that they know what is available in Grand Bahama, and book them before they get on the ship, so that when they get here and they're tired of sitting in the pool at Celebration Key and sipping their pina coladas, that they get into a vehicle and come out into the public and experience what we have to offer. The Grand Bahama Island Promotion Board has realized that this is an immediate issue, an urgent issue for us here on Grand Bahama, having had meetings with the excursion operators over the last 2 weeks, and they are prepared to spearhead the marketing campaign especially for the excursion operators.
So things are being done then.
So we have actions going on.
That sounds very good.
But like everything else, you got to prime the pump, and you got to get things going before you see the result of it. And right now we do have the challenge that operators are having a challenge with paying staff and paying the light bill and paying the mortgage and paying the insurance and what have you. But I think at the end of the day, done right, we have the best opportunity probably in the Bahamas to make a big economic impact here on Grand Bahama.
I firmly believe that. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the airport? I mean, does the airport not need to be this big elephant in the room that seems to just stop everything until it's done right?
Well, I've taken my licks on the airport over the last year because I've always said, and I've been at this now for a number of decades, having left the Port Authority 2 decades ago, where I was the Vice President of Development there, responsible for trying to get investment into Freeport. I've been saying for a while now that in the tourist market, tourists don't go to hotels and airports. They go to activities and attractions, and they stay in hotels and pass through an airport. When you think about it, Atlantis, which is the poster boy for the Bahamas, is a family water theme park with hotels attached, not the other way around, okay? They are an attraction that happens to have hotel rooms, okay? Bahama is more of an adult attraction that has hotel rooms, okay? In Grand Bahama, we need to think about the tourism product as what is the attraction? Because if people want to go to an attraction, they're going to go through whatever airport happens to be there. They're going to stay in whatever hotels happen to be there, or Airbnbs, or whatever other facilities there are to stay in, because they want to go to attraction. I've never heard somebody ever say they're going on vacation to go to an airport. They've never said they're going on vacation to go to a hotel.
Even in the world's biggest airports with shopping malls and everything, you don't say, boy, I just can't wait to get to this airport. You know what I mean? Yeah, you stop to a store or two and fine, that's okay as you wait, but that's not the thought.
Airports need to be functional, right? We currently have a functional airport that has a capacity limitation. Every airport has a capacity limitation. At some point in time, we will have enough passengers passing through an airport that we will need a bigger airport. But at the moment, we're putting the cart before the horse. we have to work on the product that is going to attract people to come to Grand Bahama before we worry about how we're going to get them through the airport.
Quite interesting. I like that. I absolutely like that. So, Dylan, I want to ask you this about the other big elephant in the room. There are two. The Grand Lucaya Hotel. What's happening there? What can you say from your vantage point? Anything at all?
So from my vantage point, the Concord Wilshire vision for Grand Lucayan is a very dynamic vision for us because, again, it is focused on the activities. It is itself a little mini water theme park with hotels and timeshare facilities in combination with the Port Lucaya Marketplace and the Port Lucaya Marina and the golf course. So it is a seven-faceted development which will be able to weather the storms of the ups and downs of the tourist industry. Now, the challenge right now is where are they in the process of executing that vision? They say that they are moving forward, but they also say that they need the airport to be moving forward in parallel.
What do you make?
Okay?
What do you make of that? Because what is it that they feel the airport moving forward in parallel to what they're doing or intend to begin doing? Why is that necessary to be happening simultaneously?
So I think that I think that we have to have the airport completed at the time that the hotel is completed, but I don't think that they have to be on the exact same track. Okay, one is going to take a lot longer than the other to execute. So I don't think that the airport is a deal breaker for Concord Wilshire. Okay, but we do need them to do what they have said that they're going to do because it is going to provide us with product that is outside of the cruise industry.
Right, and it's necessary. You're right, and it'll be something, and a welcome addition as well. And so, you see, exactly. I thank you both very much for joining me this evening. Of course, my wonderful studio audience. Thank you all very, very much. Of course, happy to be here at Pelican Bay. Thank you, of course, this week, zeroing in on Grand Bahama. You have heard a number of ideas. You've heard real stories, none of it rehearsed, all just everyone's opinions, where they find themselves, where they see this economy, their thoughts on the economy, their thoughts on the tourism industry, and where Grand Bahama is poised to go. We're going to continue, obviously, to focus in on Grand Bahama, to follow Grand Bahama's story into the days of the glory days of Grand Bahama. How about that? The glory days.
Celebration.
The glory days.
Yeah.
Listen, I thank you all very, very much, of course, for the entire team here at the Pelican Bay Resort. I am Shanique Miller. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. Have a good evening.